Howdy and welcome back. This is Matthew Pizgatti talking about the DRIP/BUSD garden on the Animal Farm website. This is just a quick update regarding the price of plants because, as you may be aware, DRIP has decided to find a little bit of a floor. We don't know if this is the official floor and if it's going to continue rocketing up over the next day or two. It may or may not. No idea there. There is a lot of volume, and the buys are outpacing the sells, which is great. We might talk about that more tomorrow if that continues. A quick note before I get into the plant price issue. Yes, I did go ahead and purchase a few more drip. That helped me dollar cost average down because I had bought a single drip at around 130, so I ended up buying 3 point something more here at around maybe 55, 45, 50, somewhere in there. So I brought my average price down to about 65, which is pretty nice. Feels a lot better where I'm at now, and I can see that my daily available is going to compound a lot quicker than it was. So I'm excited about that. So that being said, since drip has seen a little bit of an increase after that long month of downward trend, we don't know if this is going to continue. This isn't about that. This is just a little bit of vindication for those of us who have been saying that when that goes up, we will see the value of a plant come back up. We'll see the decay basically slow down or reverse. This trend has not been continuing long enough to see that, but we will be able to, if it continues, we will see a gain. And here's kind of an example of that visually on the chart. So you can see this is the DRIP BUSD LP. So here's the first connection. We can tell that as DRIP is coming up, the value of the LP token is coming up. That's pretty basic. We expected that would happen. So you can see that upward trend there. And then that it follows from that the amount of seed, the amount in dollar amount that a seed is worth, or that 2.592 million seeds are worth, because that's a single plant's worth of seeds. We can see that rate is also curving back upward. Now you won't see, depending on how many you're compounding, you may already be seeing the effect. I'm not compounding as much, I'm not as frequent as somebody with, say, 1,000 plants. So that's why I say that. But you will see either, completely linear for a moment, or you'll see it start to come back up in LP per day. If you're compounding on time, so you're compounding right after one of your plants is ready based on a scheduler like this, and if you're compounding at least every day and you're compounding more than you are harvesting, then you should be seeing your LP come up whilst the price of drip is getting better, whilst we're seeing this. Now, if that doesn't continue, if it drops again, obviously there'll be a change, but the point of this video is that we are seeing the LP token rise, which in turn, we knew it would with the price of drip, but in turn, we see the value of our assets grow, and we see the by day grow. I had this down lower. It was 28. It was 29 a moment ago. Now it's 30, and this was lower as well, and it's back over 900. So I know that in the past I've seen this actual LP per plant go back up as well, but it may take a pretty extreme explosion for that to happen. I think that is where the contract balance comes in. So if we're seeing a lot of positivity here and people were getting back to gaining LP every day, then a lot of us who have some integrity and don't just want to shill every single project for no reason, I would feel a lot more confident, and so would others, in pushing this again if we saw that positive LP start coming back up, and we'd see this contract balance rise, and that may affect more of that other number I was talking about, this LP per plant that you receive every day. That may have more of an effect on that. But your actual value and the amount per seed does go up if the LP is coming up. And we know that it was around 40. It was like, I want to say it was over 30 when I got in. Was it 39? But it was I'm asking that out loud as I'm looking at the chart. Yeah, so we can see that it was around 44 something. If it had stayed just right there, or whenever you got in, so I got in around 39 or so. If it had stayed just around here, meaning that drip hadn't fallen, then you would see my LP would have increased every single day. The good news about that, however, is this is not something that has to happen over a long time period, up or down. So if tomorrow DRIP was back to its all-time high rapidly, which probably wouldn't be indicative of a healthy move, but if it was, say, 130, and this was all the way back up to 40, that's not something that has to slowly take effect, because what would happen is that even if this LP stays the exact same, the dollar value that represents would rocket upward, and then however many plants you make a day, so I make 17, it would be 17.567. No, we don't have partial plants creating seeds actually. So, oh wait, this is actually in seeds. Yes, so took a moment there. So 17.567 times however many seeds those are, and we would break this down into a per seed price, and then kind of multiply out from there. Anyway, you can do that with that spreadsheet I've shared in previous videos. I'm about to make another video updating, because I did add one feature to it, so you may even see that later on today. It's a little late. It's about midnight for me here, but I will post that soon. But yeah, so you would actually see your total amount, this 30. The math's already done here on this calculator for you, this scheduler. You would see that $30 amount go up just as rapidly as the LP, as the DRIP token price goes up. So that's not something that has to happen over time. Obviously, your compounding is over time. This decay is over time. But it's really not going to it's not going to matter as much if that LP token goes back up and you've already been in the garden, especially if you bought in at this lower price point of what a plant is worth, because that's going to go up and just exponentially multiply whatever rate you were getting per day. And for me personally, I'm trying to get at least up to 50 or 100 a day. It shouldn't take me very long with the compounding if the LP continues as it is, and then I'll be taking out at least a couple hundred on the weekends and then compounding the rest of the week. So we'll see if DRIP continues on this trend. It'd be pretty nice if it did decide to do that, and the garden would start turning a bit of a profit for us again, especially those who have been compounding for a while. It would be nice to see. We are seeing a good amount of buy volume, and even as I've been watching this last 30 minutes or so, we're still clicking up. But just a reminder on that, it could be people pumping the token. They could be buying the token and not placing it into the reservoir, the liquidity pool, or the faucet, which wouldn't really be helping the ecosystem. They may just be trying to pump the price to then sell at a ×2, ×3. So that's possible as well. But that was a quick update on the garden. Just kind of demonstrating here that yes, when the DRIP BUSD LP dollar amount comes up, the price per seed, the amount that we could get per seed converted from the LP, will go up, which results in more, even if this LP value per plant does not increase. I actually think this would slow down or level off for a longer amount of time. It's just too early to tell. We would have to have a longer time frame of increase to test that theory. But at least part of our theory is correct, that if we keep compounding on time, as long as we get up to, as long as the DRIP BUSD keeps increasing, then we'll be doing fine in the garden and be able to turn a profit again and pull some out now and then that we can actually use for the faucet or animal farm, or just to take as profit. So as always, this has not been financial advice. I'm just offering my opinion on the ecosystem and showing you what I'm doing or what I'm thinking along the way. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate the content, I appreciate the likes and subscribes, and I will see you on the next video.